I don't think I have ever seen anybody look so damn miserable while holding a delicious looking cake. I mean, it would make sense if it said, eat shit and die on it or something like that, but it says have a nice life. He should be smiling. What's up everybody? It's Luke James, not the singer. If you're an indie artist looking for an album review or some promo, you can hit up Luke at redmattersite.com. And what I have for you boys and girls today is my review for Murs' new album, Have a Nice Life. Murs is a 37-year-old MC from Los Angeles who has put out a lot of music over the years, but this is his first solo release on the Strange Music label. Now, I haven't really checked for Murs since his 2010 Ninth Wonder produced album For Never, so I didn't really have any expectations going into this one. But after I was done listening to it, I wasn't really impressed or let down. A lot of people have told me that they really like this album, but to me, it was just a little bit bland, and not because of the content either, because Murs brings some very interesting subject matter. It's just that the production is a little bit lacking. The opening track, Have a Nice Life, however, has a very smooth piano and strings beat, and this is my favorite track on the entire album. Not only do I like the production on this one, I also like the content because Murs is giving appreciation to his family and talking a little bit about his success, as well as embracing getting older. Lyrically, it's a very humble and relatable track, and the next song, Surprises, is very similar in that sense. It features a great hook from Ryan Miyagi Evans that is all about how once you've seen so much and been through so much, nothing is really surprising anymore. And I really like the part when he sings about how he's seen rich men with nothing and poor men with gold, because money and materialism can only go so far. Surprises and Have a Nice Life are my two favorite tracks on the album, but other than that, there's not a lot on here that I really enjoyed. But Murs does bring some interesting content though, like on the song Mi Corazon, or Mi Corazon, I don't know how to say it, I don't speak Spanish because I'm Canadian, we learned French. But anyway, that song's about his love for a Mexican girl. And then on the song The Worst, he raps about a woman who is trying to tempt him despite knowing that he's married. And this song has one of the worst hooks that I've heard in a while. I know you see what I did there, and I know it was awful. Murs also drops a dedication to his deceased friend and rapper Idea on the song I Miss Mikey. And he spits about nightmares where he dies on the song Woke Up Dead. On Woke Up Dead, he spits that he's living with PTSD, and that idea flows nicely into the next song with E40, which is called PTSD, where Murs and E40 rap about all the things that they've seen and experienced in the hood, but more so it's about how that's shaped them mentally and can lead to paranoia and other issues. Murs brings the hood tales once again on the song Okey Dog, which is all about the hardest gangsta that he knows. But this song right here is a perfect example of why I think the production is lacking. The sounds on this one just sound cheap as hell, and the flow to it is a bit jumbly. And the song Two Step, featuring King Fantastic, has a very similar problem because the beat just sounds outdated. And lyrically there's not much to say about that one, unless you like when people rhyme nigga with nigga over and over again, like King Fantastic does in his verse. And I know he's rhyming a couple words before nigga, but it's still the same thing, and I still think it's lazy, so don't argue with me, man. It's just my opinion. You can feel different about it if you want. Another one of the high points on this album is the song Pussy and Pizza, where Murs says that he's half love and half lust, and as long as he has pussy and pizza, he'll be okay. Which makes sense because who doesn't like a little bit of P&P? There's also a black woman dedication track called Black Girls Be Like, and while I do like the jazzy breakbeat production, the whole song comes across as a little bit goofy, but I think that's intentional once you hear him going "Yes" on the hook. So that makes it alright for just a fun type of track. But the song that has caused the most discussion from this album is the track No More Control. This one has a bit of a radio-friendly vibe to it because of the poppy beat and the singing on the hook, and a lot of people like this one because Murs is talking on a lot of social issues here. But he does spit some respectability politics, and I am not a big fan of that. I do get his overall point because he's talking about how we should pay just as much attention to violence in some of the black communities as we do to police brutality and racism. But when he says things like black people need to look at themselves in the mirror and have more self-respect, it just kind of bothers me, because no matter how much insight and self-respect a brother or a sister may have, they're still going to have to deal with racism and other issues that are a result of racism. But that's just my opinion, and I could make a whole other video on it, and I do get his overall point, but just a couple of those things bothered me. So at the end of the day, this album is alright to me, but I can understand why some people might like it more than I do. I just thought the production was very lackadaisical, and there wasn't anything here that I would bump in the car really, chill out to, or even listen to at work. I just liked those first 2 songs, and the rest of it was just meh. I think some better production would have really helped this album out a lot, and while Murs' rapping style isn't really anything crazy or overly exciting, he does bring a lot of great content and subject matter, and I respect his honesty and his openness, so I give this one a 3 out of 5. But that's just what I thought about it. Hit me up in the comment section to let me know what you think about it, and as usual, do all that other good YouTube and social media stuff, where you like my videos, you share them, you follow me on Twitter, you retweet the videos, and you especially subscribe to my channel. We're still crawling up to 5,000, but it's been kind of slow because frankly, there's not a lot of albums and mixtapes coming out. So, you know, I'll just keep it pushing. You guys keep watching and supporting. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you next time.